I'm live? Okay. This is my first time using StreamYard, so let's give it a chance. I got these cool little banners. So, if you couldn't tell, we're talking Halloween. And I am trying to go live every week and sit and talk to you guys for at least 30 minutes about Halloween related topics because honestly, this is when I start thinking about costumes because sometimes they take a lot of work and you really want, yeah. But welcome to my stream. And let me just pull up my list. And today we're talking black suit costumes. And somebody asked me this the other day when I was on Odin's stream. They were asking me how many costumes I could think of to do with just a black suit. And that got the little hamsters running and turning those wheels. And I came up with my own list. And I figured that we could talk this list and see what you guys think about it. So, first one is one of my favorites. Sorry, pause for dramatic effect. Men in Black. That one's an easy peasy one. You need some sunglasses. I stole these from the movie theater. Now you guys look like 3D real life. Sunglasses, a neuralizer, a cricket. It's all about the accessories. You just need the simple black suit, black tie, and the right accessories. On that same line, the next on the list is the Blues Brothers. That one is also determined by the accessories. Again, black sunglasses. I would see if I could find an old 1980s, 90s digital watch, the ones that give you like the digital display, preferably in something gold, and a harmonica. And I think that one could be a very fun one. Next on the list, oh yeah, Harry Potter and all his friends from Hogwarts. So they kind of go through different styles of clothing depending on what year they go to Hogwarts. But if you wear a basic black suit, you don't even need the jacket, just the pants, shirt, the right color tie, yellow, gold, green, depending on which house you're in and which character you want it to be. And then bonus points if you have a graduation robe that you can throw on over it. But I count those Harry Potter costumes as a costume you can do with a suit. Ooh, fun one. Pulp Fiction. This one, you got to get into the wigs and kind of get into the character. And then if you carry around a little bit of baby powder, you can just make jokes all night long. The next two on my list are very different ends of the spectrum, but can also be done with the simple black suit. You can go Lex Luthor in a very clean black suit and a bald cap, or you can go for Clark Kent, get the suit, and then kind of, again, these are movie theater glasses. Superman. And then putting a Superman shirt underneath a black suit. Superman, Lex Luthor. I don't know, could be a couple's costume. Next on my list is kind of cheating, but I don't care. You could go as Day of the Dead. You can go as a skeleton. I didn't put Jack Skellington on the list because it's a pinstripe suit and not just a black suit. But I feel like with either a skeleton mask or face paint, you can just wear a black suit and be festively Halloween. And so I count it as a Halloween costume. Let me see if there is anyone here or comments. Nope, not right now. Okay. I am just making sure that everything's working because this is new interface for me. Oh, hi, Annalith. Welcome. No, you didn't miss it. We are talking Halloween costume ideas that you could do with black suit. And my list is a little long and I'm enjoying it. The next one is kind of an obvious one. You can always go as James Bond. You can dress it up and go for the full-on tuxedo. So I do have tuxedos mixed in the list. I didn't go pinstripe suits, but I went with, I figured tuxedos counted because they're a type of suit. I don't know. But 007 is a fun Halloween costume to do, and you can walk around with a little martini glass and tell everyone you need it shaken, not stirred. You can also get James Bond. He has his gun. And if you want to do a couple's costume, you can always go James Bond and a Bond girl, whichever one's your favorite. But that one is a fun one. But also, if you guys get separated, it's like, which one are you? Who are you? Okay, and on the lines of I am counting tuxedos, the Saw puppet. That is one I personally dressed up as, and I had a really fun time at the party because I had my seat wherever I wanted to go because I drove in on my own little tricycle. But the little tuxedo, Saw mask, tricycle for bonus effect, but not necessarily, but I highly recommend. Oh, people are saying stuff. So, Biggs Bob's Props, welcome. And Ralph Morick, welcome. Iana Lith said, I would do the Black Spy. Ooh, that's a good one. Adding it to the list because I did not have that one on my list. And I miss those Mad magazines. So is that a character in Mad magazine? I'll have to look it up. I'm always down for new costumes. The Black Spy. Oh yeah, those are video game characters. Those would totally work. You need the right hat. Okay. I see, I see. Okay, but that's being added to my list. The next one on the list I have is kind of on the same lines of Superman, but to go for the Batman. If you have a double-breasted black suit, kind of more the 50s style, especially if it has the really broad shoulders, you could play as Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy, but always call yourself Batman in your head. And then you could also have the, open up the costume. But Batman's on my list as a suit costume, as a subtle. Well, Bruce Wayne, but Bruce Wayne thinks of himself as Batman. John Wick, I think that one has to do with if you go for a wig, and then also if you want to go blood splatter, that one could be a fun one to do. Then V for Vendetta. There's a whole crowd that dresses up, but if you wear a black suit, the Guy Fawkes mask, and a cape, you kind of have that costume down, and it's really an easy one and a fun one to be. Hello, Jeff Lanes. Did I say your name right? And Iana Lith, if you're going to do Batman and Catwoman, if you're going to do that Batman and Catwoman, that one would be fun. I do like doing Catwoman. She's a really fun, easy one. I usually find the suit that fits the best, that's the most flattering, because let's be honest, not all spandex is made the same. But I like that one with lots of rhinestones, like you just burgled a place. I like doing Catwoman with lots of jewelry. She's one of my favorites. Okay, so these next two don't count on my list, but I just wanted to list them because they made me laugh. They both actually are gray suits on different ends of the spectrum. Your gray suit's too small for you? Pee Wee Herman. Your gray suit's on the big side and looks like you borrowed it from your dad? Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, you gotta do a little mustache and a bald cap and get real personal. It's all about the character, Pee Wee Herman, little red bow tie, and start laughing at everything. So they are not on the black suit list, but I laughed when I thought of them, so I added them to my list. Okay, the next one is technically a tuxedo again, but I'm still counting it in my black suit costume, is Joker from Suicide Squad. I think that was a great version of Joker because I like doing him, but it works so much better when you got the purple and the green. But I think that the suit with the Joker is a really fun version of him, and it counts as a black suit as far as I'm concerned. Um, okay. Next one's me stretching it a little bit because Hugh Hefner, I prefer to use the 1950s, like those kind of fun, crazy jackets. But you can do the black suit if you throw on a brocade bathrobe, especially if it has like the Playboy bunny. So, and some, or bunny slippers for Hugh Hefner. And now that he's passed on, you can also make him in heaven or in hell. And depending on which way you want to play the game or what party you're going to. Okay, let's see. I do not have this list memorized. I've just been adding it to it all week, so it's kind of all over the place. Oh yeah, the Beatles. You can do skinny black suits with the skinny black ties and then do the different wigs. And the next one is also technically a three-piece suit, but the Monopoly Man. I think that one's a very fun one to do. You get a top hat. Does he have a monocle or glasses? I've always imagined him with a monocle, but I think he has glasses. I'm not sure, but that is Googleable. 2 seconds while I do that. Monopoly Man. He doesn't have monocle at all, or glasses. But he is wearing the classic little suit with the top hat, and depending on which version. But no monocle. Why do I always imagine him with a little monocle? I can't be the only one. But anyways, the Monopoly Man. I thought that one's a fun one because you can be loaded with Monopoly money. Okay, so Neo from The Matrix doesn't quite make the list because he has a specific jacket and look and style. But the virus guy, I forgot his name. I feel like he's perfect for the simple black suit. He just wears a black suit and the sunglasses. I already turned these into Superman glasses, but the virus. And then you can always like when you're that guy, you're gonna be like, "Are you the Man in Black? Are you?" So it's really about the character and what party you're going to. But I think the viruses from Matrix count as a costume. Okay, the next two are kind of cheating. They're not cheating because they do count, but I was thinking you can do like the masquerade. So if you wear a black suit and like a fun masquerade mask, especially like the Plague Doctor mask, and like dress it up steampunk, that one's a fun one. Again, not a traditional, this is what I am, but I'm going to count it as a steampunk doctor. You could wear a suit, throw on a cape. And then the next one also technically, you know what? I'm going to 100% count it. Vampire, Dracula. I know it's a little cheesy and cliche, but that one's an easy one to do with a black suit. Throw on your black suit. You could go tie, bow tie. It depends on your Dracula's taste. And a cape, teeth. Tell everybody you want to drink their blood. Walk around with a bloody margarita. You know, I think a vampire 100% counts for black suit costume. The next one, however, is a little pushing it, but it works. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse you can do in a lot of different ways. But you can always do his classic suits because Mickey Mouse at the park wears all sorts of suits. And then you just really need the mascot head and the gloves. The gloves are easy to find. They sell them at Disneyland, so they're easy to find. Just getting those big fluffy gloves with any of his looks, but doing a black suit with gloves and then getting the Mickey Mouse head. And then you need a big polka dot tie. That you need a big clown tie to really pull off the Mickey Mouse. But I feel like that one counts because you can do his costume with a black suit. Al Capone from Scarface. Maybe not the best option, but it depends on what suits you have. No tie, get the 70s biggest collars you can, really like open it up. Preferably if you could be splattered in blood with a Tommy gun as an accessory. And then you could tell everybody, hello, say hello to my little friend. So, Scarface, I feel like a pinstripe suit's a great one. There's like he has different variations that could be a lot of fun, but he does wear a black suit with the open shirt, and I think that's like this big main scene. So, um, oh, Yana Lith says you can buy a full Mickey Mouse mask. Good point. Working at a costume shop, you get cease and desist for using certain mascot heads and stuff. So I'm a little weary about telling people to purchase. Well, I suppose if you get a licensed product and you bought it and it's a Halloween costume, it's perfectly acceptable. So I just don't want to get anyone in trouble. But if you're going to a Halloween party, I feel like Mickey Mouse is perfectly acceptable. And it's not that hard to get his head. It really isn't. Okay, next one. It's really about you got to know your crowd that you're going to. I put Andy Warhol because you throw on a black suit and his wig and start just walk around with some yellow paint painting bananas everywhere. I feel like Andy Warhol could really be a fun one, and also could be a fun couple's costume if you wanted to be a Warhol painting, do the Marilyn, but do the crazy fun makeup. Like, that one could be really fun, but you also don't want to be the situation of you get separated. Who are you? So you need something that makes you Andy Warhol, but you could also have like a easel and paint or just a picture you've done. But I think that he's enough of a character that he made my list. The Reservoir Dogs, especially if you want to do a group costume. I think that one's fun. The black suits with skinny black ties. And sunglasses. Again, look at these. I turned him into Superman glasses way too soon. A lot of these costumes, they just need black sunglasses. But Reservoir Dogs, I feel like that one is a fun one. Ooh, you want to go something scary and you want to wear a black suit? Christian Bale from American Psycho. Wear a nice black suit, style your hair back, really comb it up nice, and then put a rain jacket on. Bonus points if it's covered in blood. And then you can have a fun accessory. He's so creepy and scary. I think that one would be a fun one to do for Halloween as a black suit costume in the horror genre. So I would count Michael Scott as a good black suit costume, but not necessarily Jim Halpert. Michael Scott wear the black suit, preferably a red tie or a blue tie, but more of the power colors, and then walk around with World's Best Boss mug, sip on it, throw out Michael Scott lines all night. You could have a blast, especially if you can do your hair like him. Jim Halpert only works as if you have a Pam, and he wears more of a blue suit, no jacket, kind of rolled sleeves. But as soon as you lose Pam, it's like, who are you? Did you dress up for Halloween? So Jim Halpert, not enough to make the list for a good Halloween costume, but Michael Scott, 100%. If you wanted to do kind of an office theme. And Dwight is great, but he's not a black suit. He wears yellow and mustard and go Beats, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. People will laugh. So Michael Scott made the list, but Jim Halpert didn't. So now, if you want to go superhero bad guys, we had Lex Luthor, but also Kingpin, the big bad guy from Spider-Verse. Just even if you overdo yourself, I think that one could be really a fun one. He's nice and scary, in my opinion. This one's stretching it, so we don't have to count it. But I'm saying if you have a cool pattern on the inside of your black suit jacket, turning it inside out and putting your tie around your head. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know. It's totally pushing it. And it only works as if you have that very specific paisley lining. But It's one that kept coming to my head, so I had to write it down, okay? So I think the Fresh Prince counts as a suit, black suit, but his jacket's inside out. Now, if you have a black suit with a really good crest or patch on it, and you can do the Carlton dance, maybe you could pull off that one, but that one didn't quite make my list. But Fresh Prince, if you have the jacket. Okay, the next one slash two don't really count, but could count. You could go TV lawyer, like Better Call Saul, or you could do Legal, depending on if you have that look, wear a really clean suit, do your hair and like start throwing out a bunch of legal jargon. It really depends on the crowd. It depends on who you're hanging out with and if they would get it. So, not the strongest, but they made my list. Okay, so the next one I kind of like. It's Roy Kent. He's from that one, I think it's on Netflix. He plays the soccer guy. Look how astute, like, just, anyways, I really like his look. You wear a black suit with a black shirt and a black tie. Really clean. It's very distinguished. Walk around with a soccer ball or start telling people all about soccer. And all of a sudden, people will get it, especially if they watch the show. We are almost halfway through the list. Not quite fully. We are to Professor X. Now, this one's great for a wheelchair costume, but you can also have the cerebral head, but just a basic black suit and kind of the accessories. Ooh. So, aliens from Doctor Who, The Silence. Wait, did I say it right? Aliens from Doctor Who, The Silence. So those ones are great because they're that black suit with the skinny black tie, but then it's the mask. So very classic alien, very sci-fi vibes. I liked that one. Again, tuxedo, but I'm still counting tuxedo costumes. Sailor Moon's boyfriend, tuxedo mask. I think that one's a great one, especially if Sailor Moon's gonna be at the party. Hold on one second. I just realized that I have better. What are these things? Black suit costume ideas. That's what we're talking about. I made one of those and I didn't use it. That's okay. It's up now. I'm trying to be professional, working on it. Don't worry. I'm not monetized or anything. So, Sailor Moon's boyfriend tuxedo mask. Technically, it's a tuxedo and it's a mask, but and a cape, and it's fun. But that I counted as a black suit costume. Next on the list, you can go the suit, the tuxedo suit, or he has a pinstripe suit that's a little more recognizable, but because he wears the tuxedo and you come to him on the day of his daughter's wedding, you can go for the Godfather look. I feel like that one's a great, classic, fun one. It's really about playing the character. You could get a carnation even better, you know? I think that is the end of my list. The next of them are just on the honorable mentions because technically they're not black suits, but they're some of my favorite classic Halloween costumes that are really, really freaking easy to do and are fun to dress up as. Before I do, let me see how all of you guys are doing. Okay. Crescent Tech, welcome. And Eonolith, you can buy a full Mickey Mouse mask and you can also paint your face and put a fun twist on it. I agree. So, do you guys have any questions about your Halloween costumes coming up, or have any questions to ask me about projects you're working on? Feel free to ask. I will gladly derail my train of thought and go off onto that. But I am going to go on to the honorable mentions. So, Daredevil, Zorro, and Wesley from Princess Bride all are in the same category. They are the Zorro style shirt, the black Ren pant, which is black pajama pants, boots, a sash. Zorro, you got the mask. The Dread Pirate Roberts, you have the mask, the same sword. You did that costume a lot at the costume shop. It's fun because you get boots and swords and you have fun all night for both. And Zorro, you have the hat, but the Princess Bride for the Dread Pirate Roberts, you just have the mask. And for Daredevil, you don't have the sword and slightly different shoes. But I feel like all of those three kind of get lumped together in the same category. Bob Ross, he's a very fun classic, kind of the same idea as Andy Warhol, but you get to paint happy little trees. Go for a fro, a white button-up shirt, and a pair of denim with your shirt tucked in. And just tell everybody, just make a bunch of happy little accidents. I love Bob Ross. Of course he has to make my list. I know it's not a black suit, but it works. James Dean, Danny Zuko from Grease. Those both made the list because they kind of have that same look, and you can go for that classic 50s biker bad boy look. That one's a fun one. And Indiana Jones. He's not the easiest, but he's one that's really fun to pull off if you can, because he gets a whip, he has the fun khaki look, and he's ruggedly handsome. Who doesn't want to dress up like somebody who's ruggedly handsome? Just saying. And the last on my list of honorable mentions, because it's just so stinking easy, is Bruce Willis from Die Hard. A button-up flannel shirt and some jeans and a white t-shirt, and then if you can get it all like crazy, like you've been through something, you just tell everybody you've died hard and you're gonna die harder another day. I know, it's just too easy on the point of, did you dress up? But I said easy Halloween costumes on the honorable mentions list, so that's why that one I ended the list with. Iana says, not really, but I was talking with an old friend and he's going to make me some medieval tunics and pants. Ooh, nice. I like Ren pants and Ren shirts. Those are like the bases of so many costumes. The Zorro, the Dread Pirate Roberts, Pirates, Renaissance. There's like so Captain Morgan. Like the base of so many fun costumes have those Ren pants and Ren shirts. And Ren fairs are fun to dress up as. And wow, it took me almost exactly 30 minutes to get through my list. I'm not 100% sure how long that list was, but I'm glad I added one more to it because I was trying. I was really seeing it as a challenge. How many costumes can I come up with for just a black suit? And I feel like with a black suit and a pair of black sunglasses, you have at least 4 or 5 options. Yeah. But yes, I'm going to go in a few minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And this thing behind me is a project that I'm kind of currently working on. It is a 1700s dress that I made out of plastic bags. We have a bunch of, hey Toby, can I have this? Toby, thank you. He likes to lay on the plastic that I've been working on. But the fabric that we have for the wedding dresses comes in giant rolls, and then we wrap it, and it's wrapped in plastic. So this plastic has been around the world more times than I have, just shipping around on fabric. Hey Toby. and other things. And we reuse these bags multiple times because if like any of the bags get ripped, they're the poorer quality ones, we just use one of the heavier duty bags and they get used over and over again. But the amount of bags that we go through just really adds up over time. And it's amazing to think of how much waste just builds up from bridal gown production. And we do it on such a small scale that we limit a lot of the waste because we're making each dress individually. And there's still so much garbage. And I just love this material. It's like a heavy duty plastic. I sewed it with a needle and thread. I used a universal needle because I didn't think I needed a leather needle. Those poke big triangular holes. A ballpoint needle wouldn't have gone through the plastic easily, and a super sharp needle would dull quickly, and also I would make more perforated holes, and you don't want to like make too holy of plastic, so I just used a universal needle, and it kind of made my own lace with the stitching. But it's not going to be for Halloween. I'm just kind of making this one because I was feeling inspired. I used a lot of the same techniques that you would typically make a 1700s dress out of. It has all the layers. It has the overskirt, the apron, and there's even a petticoat underneath this. So it has all the layers. It really does push up really big on the side, so you don't need the cage underneath. And I really like the lace around the cuffs because I kind of did that same little embroidery on it. So yeah, it's 1700, so it's kind of the Marie Antoinette look, Madame Pompadour. It's not any specific dress, it's just the style of the 1700s, made out of plastic. I thought it would be interesting considering like how much they value different textiles and for their properties and what they would have done with plastic, what we do with plastic, and where in 100 years this dress is probably going to still be a-okay fine. Hose it off, I don't know. I think it could be buried and still survive. But I was playing. This is what I was doing yesterday. I made it yesterday. I was bored. Shh. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my, oh, I have banners. Let me use them correctly. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed my black suit costume ideas. And if you can think of any more, I would love to make my list longer and maybe actually come out with an official video where I show examples of the costumes instead of just talking about it with you. But if you can think of any more, please put them in the comments because I would love to make this list as big as possible because I love challenges. Harry Musia, I totally butchered your name, but welcome. Thank you. You said, it's awesome to see you. Great list and very inspiring. The dress is interesting and very artistic. Thank you. I actually really, really, really enjoyed making this, and I only have one little bit left. See, I added a ruffle on the hem. Where is that piece? Toby? Oh no, you're not on it. This is gonna go right here, be stitched on with a with one of the decorative stitches. I think it's gonna look really fun. No, it's not gonna be my Halloween costume, but I may use it as a ghost in my yard. Welcome, James Allen. Thank you for being here. Yes, I'll see you on Discord if you're on that private Discord. Ionalith, yes, I did say Harry Potter. We talked about that one. That one was like the second on my list. It's one of the first ones I thought of. I'm like, you could be anybody from Harry Potter, depending on, which sweater vest you decide to wear. Wear a gray one, and then it's just what tie you want to wear. But yes. So, anyways, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you guys next week. And I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about next week. I had a good idea, but I forgot what it was. And as far as the day of the week, I haven't settled on a day. I was going to do it yesterday, but I made that instead. And so I was like, well, I have to do it today. Monday's the live streams that I do with Odin, so we'll see which day of the week it ends up being. Feel free to put on the comments which day works the best for you, and I'll take that into consideration, but I have to do it when I get home from work. So until next time, I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining me. How do I end this? Oh, there's the button. Bye. Can I say bye, Toby?